Hi, I'm Bobby Galluzzi with local life safety company State Systems Incorporated. And this summer, you'll also see me here with Just My Memphis. We're doing a new segment on local politics, and we want you to see the story behind these politicians and why they're running for office, what they hope to accomplish. I'm sitting down with Brett Bernard, campaign manager for Charlotte Bergmann.
In 1993, I was on my front porch drinking beer with my neighbor, and he bet me a beer I wouldn't run for city council, and I ran and I won. 3 years later, I became the mayor of Grand Ledge, Michigan, which is how I got into politics. It was probably the worst job I ever had in my life. It's a very thankless job. It didn't pay much. You have a lot of enemies and you have a lot of friends, but you don't know which is which. So I decided when I left the mayor's office that I would actually be in politics the rest of my life, but never be another candidate. So I've gotten involved with political campaigns in the past as campaign manager or staffer and just helping people get elected.
And you enjoy kind of remaining behind the scenes?
I love being behind the scenes because I can say what I want to say, do what I want to do, and no one's going to call me out on it. I'm just the campaign manager, so I'm not the candidate.
Why is it important to hear from the community?
Because what happens with the congressional race, the Senate race, the local politics has a direct impact on the citizens of Memphis. And everyone who lives here either benefits or feels the repercussions of wrong decisions made by Congress or the Senate or our local city council or our state representatives. Everyone's impacted, so they should speak up and let their voices be heard.
Why is the campaign of Charlotte Bergmann important to you?
Well, I'm a conservative. It doesn't mean I'm a right-wing radical. I don't believe in the extreme right. I don't believe in the extreme left. Charlotte, to me, embodies someone who represents Memphis. She's a single mother who raised a son. She's a grandmother. She's a small business owner. She was a school teacher. She put in her time at FedEx, which is a household name here. So she's a person that represents and embodies Memphis as a black female conservative. She cares about Memphis, she cares about the citizens, she cares about jobs, she cares about the tax burden, she cares about health care. But for so long we've sat and watched Washington dictate to us how we should live our lives. What needs to happen in Washington is you need to have people like us, people that get up every day and pay their light bill, send their kids to school, pay their house note, have to work every day to do these things. Those are the folks who need to make decisions about us, not some guy who's worth $100 million who's never walked a day in reality in his life. So that's why I'm backing Charlotte. Because she's one of us. Absolutely. She's born and raised in Memphis, made right here, and she understands the diversity of race. She understands the black community.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with the public about Charlotte's race or about her as a person?
Her as a person, she's the right person for the job. If we had Congress full of average Joes, everyday Joes, think about how much better we all would be. If the person making a decision about us actually knew what it was like to walk in our shoes. We don't have that. We haven't had that in Congress or Senate in 50 years. Basically, we send millionaires and billionaires to Washington to dictate our lives and what we need to do and what's best for us. But when they don't have to get up and worry about their lights being shut off, or worry about getting up and losing their job tomorrow, or worried about paying their kids' tuition or feeding their family, how do you make decisions about average people when you're no longer even close to average? And that's what I like about Charlotte. Charlotte's real, and she'll tell you she's real. She's a sweet, soft individual who will tear your head off if you attack her. And that's what I like about her. She's not afraid to go guns blazing, but she is, at the same time, she's compassionate for everyone else around her. She's very conscious of everyone else around her and what fight they're having to fight every single day of their life to survive, and she understands these things. And it's common sense, Her opponent's worth $12 million. Don't tell me you live in reality and that you know what's best for me or my neighbor when you don't have to worry about those things. Can't. For the first time in Memphis, I should say the first time in 50 years, what we're faced with a very disappointed Democratic base. Democrats are disappointed. Republicans, conservatives, and independents are motivated to change the direction of our country. We've had 6 years of high unemployment, spiraling debt, a military that's shrinking, a foreign policy that's falling apart. People are having their rights taken away daily. So a lot of folks are waking up saying, wait a minute, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I thought we were going to have when the Democrats took over the White House and the Democrats control the Senate. So as you look at Memphis, there's four parts. There's four types of people in Memphis. You got the far left, liberals, the ones that want us to ride bikes, live in trees, and have no rights whatsoever, take away your guns, take away everything, control your life. And you have the far right, the extreme far right, which are for if you even remotely discuss abortion, then you're going to hell. And they're so far right they don't connect with the majority of people. And then in the middle you've got conservative Democrats, conservative Republicans, who all are beginning to realize a lot of us think more alike than we know. We agree on a lot of social issues, financial issues, fiscal issues. So now we're watching conservative Democrats, conservative Republicans coming together in support of Charlotte, which is a big thing. Number two, President Obama's not on the ticket this time around. So the Democrats have enjoyed a good run. In 2012, they enjoyed a nice election year because most people went out and voted for Barack Obama. The Democratic incumbent got the benefit of people pulling Obama's lever and just going down the Democratic line. So with everything that's happening, there's a perfect recipe, a perfect storm for a Republican to take this seat for the first time in 50 years.
Could you share with us some of your personal thoughts about race and politics in Memphis?
Well, I'm from Louisiana. I moved up here after Katrina. Where I come from, you have racial diversity, but you don't have the anger, the almost hate between races. And so when I first moved here, I was just shocked. I was completely shocked at what I saw in Memphis. I mean, your own city government is so racially divided, and it's people like Henry Brooks and folks like that come out and point blank say she does not like white people. She does not like anybody who's not black. So Memphis is still racially divided. But if you look at the younger generations, guys my age and down, I'm probably right at that cap. I see a lot of folks on Facebook in different areas say, this is not 1960. I didn't grow up in your generation. I don't think the way you do. I'm a black person, but this is 2014. So we're seeing the mix of white, black, old, young kind of come together in support of just doing what's right for Memphis and doing what's right for the country, and not basing it on the color of skin, not basing it on party, not basing it on your economic level, whether you're rich or poor. Poor, rich, white, black, they're all coming together. If you look at our campaign team, we've got a 30-year-old black guy, we've got a 40-year-old black woman, we've got an 80-year-old white woman, we got an old white guy. I mean, we got a very diverse group of people. And they all understand one thing. We've got to come together as a human race and fix our problems and quit deciding who's black, who's white, who's rich, who's poor, which is unfortunately what our current administration has done to this country, has divided everybody based on financial stability, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're white or black, whether you were born in the 60s, whether you were born in the 90s. They've just divided everybody out so that they can try to keep control of the electorate. And that's just not the way to do it.
And you feel like Charlotte, kind of in the middle here, somewhat represents an ability to bring us together.
Absolutely, because she's just like us, right? She's not racist. She doesn't hate white people. She doesn't hate Hispanics. She loves everybody. Even her, there was an interview with Thaddeus Matthews several years back where he brought on a radio show and just went after her, called her a bootlicker, called her an Uncle Tom, called her a sellout because she's a black conservative female. If you watch that video, that'll show you what Charlotte is. Even as bad as Thaddeus Matthews was to her, she never once said a crossword to him, never once attacked him back. She respects everybody. And if we had more people in politics that actually lived by that creed, this would be a much better place to live and a much better place to work.
Follow Just My Memphis on Twitter and Facebook for more information on local politics, eating, dining, entertainment, and more.